Tell me when you're going.
And we are live, I do believe. We are live. Welcome to the Virtually Rek't podcast. I am Mac from Mac in VR. I do believe. We are live. Oh my God.
Serge from Nvidia. You all right, mate? What are you doing?
He's getting there. He's getting there.
I've got somebody's feedback in my headset. Sorry, I need to... Sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay, sorry. I actually had Shuey's podcast in the background there. I do apologise.
Oh, nice.
I shall start again because it wouldn't be a Virtually Rek't podcast if we didn't screw the first minute up. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Virtually Rek't podcast. I'm Matt from Back in VR. My esteemed colleague on this side is the bearded wonderfulness that is Shuey from Power and VR. And just underneath me is the beautiful shaved head of Surgical from Indie VR. How you doing, guys?
Right,
Yeah,
man.
good, mate.
Thanks, yeah.
Okay, so the first question we have to ask is, what are you drinking and what have you been playing? So, Surgical, what are you drinking and what have you been playing? Oh, God.
I switched to Buxton, you know. I thought I'd liven things up, you know.
A nice 2022 vintage of Buxton Water.
I don't want to look cheap, you know.
What the fuck is wrong?
So, what have you been playing, mate? What have you been playing?
Okay, so we're playing War of the Wizards, which everyone knows about. Among Us with you guys, which we'll talk about in a bit. Aspire 2 with Mac.
Yeah.
And a horror game called Fading Light, which gave me like the biggest jump scare I've ever had in a game. And yesterday I played Alien Dawn with the developer.
Yeah, you
which is
streamed it.
right
Yeah,
laugh.
it's a good stream.
Yeah, it's a good laugh. Cheers, man.
Nice.
So, Shuey, what are you drinking and what have you been playing?
So we're starting off with some cider to be a bit different.
Oh, lovely.
today.
Old malt. Yes, nice. Like it.
Pineapple and raspberry cider. Big fan. And then we're gonna actually try out, like, Hazy Jane is probably one of my favorite drinks of all time, one of my favorite IPAs, and we're gonna try the fake version from Aldi.
I recognised it. They do great fake ales.
They really do. Like, they do some amazingly great fake drinks. So yeah, I'm gonna give those guys a try today. What have I been playing? So as you say, we've been doing a little bit of Aspire, we've been doing a little bit of Among Us. I've probably spent more time on Contractors and Veil than anything else. Veil, I haven't had enough time to play since its early release, but I'm still freaking hyped for that game. It's so good, man. Like, if you like your competitive shooters, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very competitive, as we know.
He is.
No, I'm not competitive at all. I don't know what the hell you're on about, man.
All you have to do is look at that EGX footage from Broken Edge, and then that just basically says everything you need to know. Right,
Yep.
so I am drinking one of my favourites, a nice Pinot Grigio. It's not vintage; it's just cheap. And I have been playing Aspire with Shuey and Surge, and we've done a lot of Among Us over the past week or so, which is just brilliant in a certain context, which we will get back to later on. And so something happened to me on Sunday night. So I was watching the rugby and having a drink, as I do, and I was given a key for freaking hell, Cactus. It's gone out my head. Cactus.
Would you like the actual game that he made several of before this was Cactus Cowboy
Reloaded. Yeah. So basically the dev, very nice man, gave me a key for Cactus Cowboy Reloaded a couple of months before. And he contacted me on Sunday and gave me a key for the Quest 2 mini game in augmented reality, which has actually won several awards for that category. And just casually, I mentioned that I had a Pico 4. So he said, "Oh, okay, I said it would be amazing in the Pico 4's color pass-through." So he downloaded the Pico. This is honest to God truth. At 1:13 p.m., he downloaded the Pico SDK, and he said, "I'll see what I can do." And at 3:03 p.m., he sent me a message saying, "Right, I've got it working. Here's the APK." So I downloaded it using SideQuest, because SideQuest works with Pico with no developer mode activated. It's just an open source Android system, which is really, really good. And it worked. And I'll be honest with you, as a gamer, and I do mention this in the video that I made about it, the games that I remember are Mario 64, first time I ever played Halo, when you actually land on the Halo, and Lone Echo. If you've played it, then you'll know what I mean. It's where the big alien ship just appears in front of you. And I had that same feeling playing Emilio's Adventure, which is the augmented reality offshoot of Cactus Cowboy. I fired it up in the Pico. I set the grid up in front of me. I made it quite big, and I started the game, and I was like, incredible. It's I didn't think augmented reality was going to affect me the way it did. So in the first level, there's like a row of crates, and Emilio has to jump onto the crates and blow up a little barrel and then go back and get a medal. So I thought, I'll walk over here and see from a different angle. I actually stepped over the crates because my brain said to me, those crates are actually there and you have to step over them or you'll trip over. They're obviously not there. It's augmented reality. And I sort of, after I'd stepped over them, I looked at them and thought, you idiot. But it like totally fools your brain. In the third level, the enemies shoot a rocket up, and the rocket, you sit there and watch this rocket take off, and then it turns and it flies straight at your face. And I screamed. I actually physically screamed.
Yeah, I saw you scream on your video.
I screamed because I just wasn't expecting it. And this is really weird for somebody who's a gamer of my age and somebody who's played a lot of video games and somebody who's played a lot of VR. That one thing that happened there just kind of blew my mind a little bit. And I was like thinking, I honestly think augmented reality is the future of video games. Because, right, so Surgical doesn't have a Pico 4, but Shui does. So I got permission from the dev to send the APK to Shui. So what was your reaction?
So I loaded it up and I was unimpressed for about the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. That's like my second life. Gone.
Is that when you finish?
Oh, fuck, I've just spat wine on my trousers, you.
God, sorry.
So yeah, like for the first 30 seconds I was unimpressed, but it was because I wasn't doing the right thing, because I was looking off to the side and I needed to face the headset down in order to bring the actual thing into space. Once I did though, because I didn't, even though I'd watched your video, I didn't really understand what the game was. I understand what was important about it, but I didn't understand what the game was, and so I was sort of looking at it and I was just like, two little guys, and maybe this is like an RTS type thing, but no, it's like Mario, like you're jumping over things, except it's Mario with guns.
Boing.
Yeah. And once I started jumping around and I was just like, holy shit, I'm playing on the floor. That's pretty fucking cool. And then I actually got down to floor level so that I could look at it along the plane. And I started jumping over the boxes, and then I was just like, I can't see my guy. Like, he's jumped over the boxes. I'm looking at it from the other side of the boxes. I can't see him. That's fucking cool. As ridiculous as that sounds, I felt like that was just such a cool little thing that I hadn't tried. And then once I'd gotten to the third level, which I didn't get past, because it bugged out, right? So I had to restart it, and I was just like, I need to show this to my son.
Yeah.
Because he'll really like this.
Yeah.
So I called him in and I was just like, dude, stick the headset on. Stick the headset on. And then he was just and then he stayed there and he decided the headset was his from that point. And my wife came in to watch him play and he was stepping over like the different objects in the game. Like he was stepping over the fencing and everything.
Yeah.
And he got to the boss level, I think. And he couldn't get past the boss. He was getting really upset that he couldn't get past the boss. But it was fun playing it, and it was really interesting playing it. And then watching somebody else play it was actually pretty impressive. So, Cactus, my guy.
Yeah,
I've said it before. I've featured several of your games in several of my videos over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. Because like they're great games by a single developer, completely for free to the community. And this is just another one in a long line of awesome, mate. Well done.
Yeah. And right, so anybody who's watching my stream will see that I've actually got the video playing in the stream, and this is literally me in the man cave, in my Mac cave, sorry, playing the Cactus Cowboy AR game on the floor. It's just insane. So the history of what happened was, apart from the fact that he made this game in like an hour and a half, is that he's been trying to get Pico to get interested in Cactus Cowboy and the Cactus Cowboy AR experience, and they are just proper dragging their heels. So one of the really interesting things, and I think it's karma, is that me and Shuey are actually going down to Pico HQ in London tomorrow, right? To see the guys from Pico, and we actually don't know what they're going to show us, do we?
No, I know that we're going to eat. That's the only thing that I've confirmed so far, is that we're going there. We're going to go into the building. We can just hang out and stuff if we get there beforehand, and they're taking us out for a meal afterwards, which is pretty awesome.
Mac is having mackerel for his starter, and he's having braised ox cheeks for his main course, because I am not a vegetarian. I am one of those people.
Carnivore?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that eats meat. Apparently, it's very
red-blooded male.
Oh, you're normal. You're normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So just to blow a little bit more smoke up Cactus's arse, he's actually working on another game called Desert Warfare, and if you can go on YouTube and you can look for the trailer for Desert Warfare, it looks pretty cool. So Gregor didn't know anything about programming 3 years ago, and he's taught himself. So one of the things I find really amazing about what he did for me on Sunday was that he downloaded the Pico SDK and literally had his game running about an hour later, and it works really well. There was a little bit of an issue with Quest 2 controllers, but I love clever people, and to me that's just, I wish I was that clever. I really do.
Yeah, I played. There's a World War II one. I think I played that one. The Cactus one.
Yeah, the original Cactus Cowboy. Yeah, that's like a World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
all done by one person.
Good, yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It's a good laugh.
Hey, Crash. Crash has just turned up in the chat. How you doing, mate?
Hi, Crash.
So, without wanting to dominate the podcast, we had some information actually happened while we were getting ready for the podcast, which was that Paradise Decay, another great content creator on YouTube, and Daysnetic, who's his friend, who I met when I went down to Leamington Spa to do the so it's behind me, Drop Dead the Cabin sort of preview. So I understand that Daysnetic has a Pico 4, and I understand that Paradise Decay has a Quest Pro. So Paradise very kindly lent Daysnetic his Quest Pro, and Daysnetic said that the color pass-through on the Pico 4 is better than the Quest Pro. Which
Interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting, because the thing about the Quest Pro is it was supposed to have a depth sensor, but they at the last minute they decided not to include it. But in a teardown video, the cable is still there. The actual ribbon cable is still in the Quest Pro headset. It's just shoved into like a little spongy bit, so it doesn't do anything. I find that quite. I don't know if were you aware of that, Shuey? Were you aware of that, Serge? Serge seems to be looking at his private parts. Just leave.
Yeah.
Just like, have you got trousers on? For God's sake, please tell me you've got trousers.
No, I never wear trousers for this. Why would you?
Oh my God. So
Yes.
yeah, so I've forgotten the point I was making there about the depth sensor, right? So yeah, the Quest Pro is supposed to have a depth sensor, which would have made it equivalent to the AR glasses, but they decided to leave it out the last minute. And
Yeah,
then
there is a hole for it, though, isn't there?
There is, and there's a cable. But Pico updated, I think about 2 weeks ago, they updated the color pass-through, made it a little bit better. It's marginal, but for somebody that I trust, like Paradise and Daysnetic, to say, actually the pass-through on the Pico 4 is better, it's just crazy. It seems crazy to me. Sorry, I'm now going to shut up because I've basically dominated the first 20 minutes of this podcast. I do apologise.
No, you're all right, mate. Like, at the end of the day, there's stuff to be said, and you've been saying it.
Yeah,
not a problem. So yeah, let's talk about some games that have come out recently that either have been or haven't been particularly great.
Game hype.
Yeah, game hype. That's a thing.
It's a massive issue. It's a massive issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's going on. We've had so let's go for the big one. Okay, let's go for the big one, which is Aspire 2.
Yeah.
Aspire 2, me, Mac, and Indy have had access to Aspire 2 for what, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
maybe
quite
even
a while,
4.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. Yeah.
And you guys jumped on to play some co-op, and that was fine. And I sort of stuck to playing single player. And I didn't mind the single player. Like it was good, bordering. It was okay, bordering on good. Like,
yeah, agree.
That it was the closest thing we've got to a Splinter Cell type game in VR at the moment, which is a sad state of affairs.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, fucking Ubisoft deciding to cancel their stuff, which is yeah, it is what it is. But me and Mac tried to jump into Aspire, and because Mac wanted to get some video recording before the next day so that he could start doing his review. I'd already decided by this point that I just wasn't even going to review it. Yeah. Like there's no way I could hype the video. I could make like a comedy video, and if you look at some of my TikToks, some of those are a bit sort of funny things from like solo stuff. And we had a good time at certain points, didn't we?
level
The loading
1.
screens.
Well, level 1 and level 4 were pretty good, but we need to talk about why it was broken.
Yeah, I mean,
Didn't work. Sorry.
Sorry,
Carry on, Indy. I just need to blurt that out.
Yeah. When I played with Mac beforehand, like when it first, well, a previous build, it seemed okay. It was buggy and stuff, but it seemed okay. Like level 2 wasn't that bad, was it?
No,
It was. I didn't really notice anything. Yeah,
No.
but the kind of release build is a bit of a different story.
Oh, absolutely. So what happened? Just to give it a bit of context, we were given access to the game. It was a preview build, so it wasn't the actual final finished product. And I played the co-op with Serge Indy, and then did a live stream of the. We were like under an NDA. You could only play the first 2 levels in co-op. You could only play the first 2 levels in single player. And yeah, the co-op was okay, but you can't talk to each other in co-op, right? So we just assumed. I mean, we contacted the dev and said, "Well, by the way, there's a problem with the chat in co-op," and we just assumed that would be something that would be fixed. So I went and played the single player in the same stream, and I like Shuey said, I got a real sort of Splinter Cell vibe about it. If you play it proper stealth, it is a very methodical, very, I need to go here. You need to use all of the tools that you have available to you to not get caught. And I really enjoyed that. I'm one of those people who likes that kind of gameplay. So then we had the review build, which released a couple of days, I think. It released a couple of
4 days. 4 days before release day. Yeah.
Yeah. So
launch day.
Serge was streaming. I think you were streaming. Oh, what was the scary one where you shit yourself? That was funny as fuck. Mind.
Which one?
The one with the fucking horrible baby head. Oh.
The baby
the other
head.
day?
Oh, Crawl Space, was it?
Crawl Space. Was it Crawl Space?
No.
No.
Fading Light. That
yeah,
one
that's
with
the one. Yeah.
Baby thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So Serge was streaming that, and me and Shuey decided we were going to record some, because we had full access to the whole game at that point. So we decided we were going to record footage for our reviews, though Shuey then later on said he didn't think he was going to review it. But I was quite keen because I wanted to get the single player footage down. I wanted the co-op footage down. So we had the full release build, which is the game that was released to the public. And we went into our co-op lobby, and I looked at Shuey, and Shuey looked at me because he was the little. You were, what's his name? I was Cinder, and you were Sooty, the little tiny robot, which is actually is fucking hilarious. When you are Sooty, because you're like about a third the size of Cinder, if you pull a gun out, it's like massive.
A toddler pulling out a gun.
It's hilarious, and I mean, I must admit that is something they've done really well. And you said as well, when you've got the M16 in your hand, that like when you go to cock the gun, Sooty's hand actually expands to grab.
So I want to explain this quickly because this is actually something that they should be lauded for, right? They've realised that these things that we're using, these frames that we're using, are not humans, okay? They're not cyborgs, they're not androids, they are robots, okay? They are completely controlled by us. So they don't need to be fully like human-esque.
They
don't have to be fully humanoid. They can have certain things on them. And one of the really, really cool things that they added to this was that as Sooty, you're a small frame, and so you have small hands. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this very well. If that's your finger, another finger can sort of fold out from it. That's how it is. Like, it's so when you actually go to cock the gun, you sort of grip onto it, and then all of your fingers come out and splay around the gun so that you've got a full grip of it in order to be able to get hold of the charging handle, which is just such a cool little detail.
Because I remember I remember when we were recording, and I was playing Cinder, so I'm like M16 cock, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is so crazy! They've actually made his hands spread around the cocking handle." And I was like, "I don't know what you mean." And then you explained it to me, and I was like, "Well, that makes sense because Sooty's literally like that tall, whereas Cinder is like human size." And then if you actually watch him doing it, it's crazy because you see this little hand come out and then it just like spreads around the cocking handle. It's
so cool.
Details. But unfortunately, the co-op doesn't work because the co-op chat does not work.
No, it doesn't. And the reason why this is a huge problem, okay, because, I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably got a Quest 2, you've probably played games where you have in-game voice chat, and you've probably played games that you don't have in-game voice chat. And the way you get around this is by using the Quest 2 party chat, right?
Yeah.
That's nice. You'd think that was nice and simple. The problem is, in Aspire 2, one of the big sort of draws to this is that you have voice commands in the game.
Yeah.
And the voice commands are really cool. Like, you can go up behind people and you can be like, put your hands up, lay down on the ground, stick your finger in your ass. Like,
that's not one of the commands, by the way.
Your camera's gone crazy, by the way, Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's gone all pixelated.
No, it's all fine on my stream.
Okay, it's not on ours.
Okay.
You're a missing number from Pokemon at this point.
There you go.
There we go. Right, so yeah, like the voice commands are really cool, and they're a big part of why you would want to play the game.
Yeah.
However, if you activate party chat, you can no longer use voice commands. The problem that goes beyond this is that if you're mute and you don't want to use voice commands, or you have like a ridiculously strong accent or something and it won't understand you properly, you can at least use button pushes on a command screen to use the voice commands. As it turns out, if you're in party chat, it cuts that off as well. Why?
It's right. So we pointed this out to the devs a good 3 or 4 weeks before the game released. So I'm not going to mention the name of the game, but we have access to another game which hasn't been released yet, and the developer's been very sort of vocal to us to say, you know, are you enjoying it? What's wrong with it? Blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure that Shuey, you know which game I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I'm actually struggling, mate.
It's the developers of Zero Caliber Reloaded.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
I've actually put together an email that I'm sending off literally as we finish this podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened there is that they were asking us. I mean us as a group, as the podcast. You know, what do you like about the game? What don't you like about the game? And because they'd given us early access, I was trying to be polite, and in the end, I just wasn't polite. And I said, look, and I wrote this massive email, which I put onto the podcast chat group in Discord. And I said, am I being disingenuous? Before I sent this email, am I being disingenuous? And you actually said, no, you're not, because it's true. And bless his socks, he came back to me and said, oh, right, okay, thank you for your honesty. How can we improve the game? So from that conversation, I then put a few ideas forward and said, this needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change. That didn't happen with Aspire. They just released it broken. And that's the only way I can describe it. Because if you hype a game, like, so Aspire was a stealth game, but Aspire 2, they sold it on the co-op. But if the co-op is broken, and you know it's broken before you release the game, then I've just put my hands up, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of rushed through it, like the solo one. So I was trying to do stealth, and then when it kicked off, I thought, right, I need to finish the game. So I was going to review it, and I went through it, and then I did the co-op. With your before I did the co-op, I actually did the solo stream, so people can watch me play it from the beginning, and I did it stealth, and it's actually really good. And I was like, wow, this is actually really good, because I didn't play it properly. Obviously, like All Guns Blazing is like you might as well just play Population or whatever, or any other shooter game. But the stealth stuff's really cool in it. But when it came to the multiplayer, we had such bad issues. It was the second level. I don't know what happened to that. Like the stuff wasn't there. You were telling me to go buy that chair and buy that thing and this and the other, and it wasn't there. So, and for it to be advertised as multiplayer, I mean, to release it like that, maybe say it's coming soon, or hold off a bit. But yeah. I mean, there's 4 levels of multiplayer, so it's not loads. It just makes me think, like, why didn't they just add those to the campaign and make it 10 levels or whatever it is, of just you can do it in co-op if you wanted to, or just do it solo.
Because the campaign's actually quite long, isn't it? It's pretty decent.
It's decent, for a VR game. Decent length, yeah. And then you got the 5-star ratings, and you got to try and, if you're into that kind of thing, like Mac with his OCD. I'm going to go back and play it. It is the solo is a good game. Solo is a good game, but if you're buying it to play with friends, then you're better off waiting for some patches, some updates.
It's really funny because when me and Shuey played the co-op, there was a point where I was saying it's just over there, and Shuey was saying I can't see it, and it, like, at the time it didn't kind of register. But I was up on when me and Serge were playing, I was up on a sort of pipe, and you were down below, and I said, it's by the banister, just climb up on the settee that's next to the banister. And you actually couldn't see this. And it then triggered the memory that I had about what Shuey was saying, where he's saying, well, I can't see what you're talking about. And that to me is a broken game. And also there's 4 co-op levels, and we breezed through them in like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because it was pretty broken, it was like we didn't get to play it in stealth. Like, you can't. It's hard to play that game in stealth with the issues it's got in multiplayer, especially. Single player is alright. I think I didn't really have any issues with single player. Maybe a few little bugs here and there, but multiplayer is totally different. So
I can see Shuey's dog walking around in the background.
Yeah, she keeps coming in. She's wondering what's going on.
So how do you feel about Aspire then, Shuey?
On the whole, I think it's a half game. Walking Dead.
Walking Dead's just made. Yeah, wow, dude. Thank you. Sorry.
When is the next Contracts and Among Us stream? There will be several Among Us and Contractors streams coming in the following weeks. Trust me. I would be streaming Contractors or Among Us tomorrow, but obviously we're not sure what time we're going to get back. I may stream Wednesday. That's a possibility. Mac, I assume you'll be streaming Thursday.
I'll be streaming Thursday. Yeah. Wednesday's my wife's day off, so I don't usually sort of stream on a Wednesday. Sorry, there's my chat's gone crazy. Hey Lee, Marvin. Yeah, Thursday. Well, I think we either do Contractors or Among Us. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do. So stepping away from Aspire, which one of the things we wanted to talk about was the fact that Aspire was quite a big game, but there was no advertising. There was like 3 big games released on that day. So there was Aspire 2, there was Veil, which I know you want to talk about, and there was Broken Edge from fucking name's gone out of my head. games. Gamer tag down at EGX. Fast travel games. There you go.
Yeah.
And there's Broken Edge, which we played, and like out of all the games, I was more excited for Broken Edge, but it has just disappeared off the face of the earth. And I'd be interested to see what the sales figures were for that game, because when we played it at AGX, we both came away and said, whoa, this is great. This is, especially for somebody like you.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it.
Apart from the fact that Henry Van Leer kicked your ass.
Oh yeah, he absolutely
Excellent.
mate.
Nice one, Henry.
I was
Henry's
not
tonight.
amazingly happy.
So anyway, so the whole idea about this little chat was that we would talk about those 3 games that released in that little bubble. So I wasn't that interested in Veil, but obviously Shuey being a competitive gamer, you bought into Veil, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I've had Veil for a while, same as you.
Yeah.
But I actually purchased the Founders Pack as well because I just wanted to pay something to the devs for the first time. Just like it's skins, but I quite like having nice skins, to be honest. So that doesn't fuss me. Yeah, on the whole, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I've played on and off for about 8 months, and I've only actually played one night since its release, and I had an absolute blast. Like, we started with a private lobby, and that was fine. Like, we only had 5 or 6 of us, and that was fine. But once we moved to all of us playing in an open lobby, and we actually tried out Capture the Flag, which, honestly, their Capture the Flag is really good. Like, it needs some work, but it's only a more recent thing that they've released, so that's fine. Like, they're still working on things. On the whole, I'm pretty damn happy with where Veil is at.
Yeah, so
I can't complain.
What happened was that me and Serge did the Aspire 2 stream, and then once we finished, we jumped into watch your stream, and you seem to be really enjoying yourself. I think Tassos there.
Yeah, so we had Taz, Fitz,
Fitz.
Patrice Coffee. Who I can't remember who else was with us. I can't remember who else was with us off the top of my head.
Was that the stream? Was that the stream where Mac donated you a £5 and you didn't appreciate it? Is that the one, Mac?
Yeah, that's the one. That's
the one.
That's the one.
It's where Mac donated a £5 and I looked at it. I saw him do it, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I'm just not even going to acknowledge it." He should have donated 100. I don't know what his problem is.
I'm a fucking pensioner.
I didn't have my text to speech on. That was the problem.
I just felt ignored.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand, and honestly, I'm pretty happy about. So,
okay,
there we go.
So one of the things we wanted to talk about was game hype in general, because VR seems to be going through a bit of a dip, and I'm concerned.
Yeah. Like, I know Shuri likes and most of you like the Quest 2 thingy-majiggy. What's that one called?
Serge, you can do it.
Come
on, Serge, you can do it. Hey, I don't like Bone Lab. I don't like Bone Lab.
I did like Boneworks, but for me, it didn't seem like much of a step forward to buy it. And there's a lot of that game had so much hype, and I mean, a lot of people bought it and a lot of people like it, but a lot of PC people just thought it wasn't worth the purchase. It would be like a DLC. And then you've got, I mean, Veil had tons of hype, like loads for ages. And then I was talking to you, Mac, and I said, let's see how many people are streaming it on Twitch on release day, and it was
yeah, we did,
14 viewers or something.
Yeah. So
and I was like,
so there were the 3 games that we looked at, because we played Aspire, and that was like a really bad stream for me because basically nobody watched it. So at the end of the stream, me and Serge got together and said, all right, well, what are the other 2 games that released? So it was Veil.
Walking Dead. What is
Walking Dead,
going
what's
on?
going
with
on?
that?
It's paper question. That's what it is.
Do you guys play flat to VR games like Cyberpunk VR mod from Luke Ross? Okay, right. We'll get. I tell you what. We'll get onto
Right,
flat
make a
to
note.
VR games after this.
Make a note. Yeah. So
Noted.
Surgical did like a little Riddler diddler search, and we just finished streaming Aspire 2 and nobody else was doing it.
Yep.
Nobody was streaming Broken Edge, and there were 3 people streaming Veil, of which obviously Shuey was one of them. But the like views were tiny, like 10, 15 viewers, I think. I think that's right, isn't it?
There's 14 viewers, yeah.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, if a game release, on the day a game releases at 6 p.m, if somebody starts to stream it, you would expect 100% that there's going to be hundreds of people interested. So when, I mean, Shuey and Surgical, you've both streamed the Half-Life 2 mod, which is off the charts amazing, and you have to, if you haven't got it, go and buy the game and get the VR mod straight away. And that was one of my most successful streams ever. On the day that it was released to the public, I think that was the first stream that did over 1,000 views while I was actually streaming it.
Yeah.
So why did that not happen with Broken Edge? Why did that not happen with Aspire? And why didn't it happen with Veil?
Oh, that is a very good question. And I think it has way too many answers.
Yeah,
But that's what we're here for. We got the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Serge.
I think, no, to be honest, Veil has been out for a while and people have been streaming it. So it's not like first time ever seeing the game.
Yeah.
So I think that might have something to do with it. Broken Edge, to be honest, I didn't see any advertising anywhere.
No, not at all.
I was going through stuff.
And Fast Travel Games is a big company, mind.
Yeah.
Just for the Broken Edge thing, we're not seeing anything now, but I do know of some things happening. So stay tuned for that one. There are things happening.
Okay. And what was the third one, guys?
Veil?
Oh my God.
Come on, dude. You can Aspire, dude.
Aspire.
Veil.
Yeah.
The one that you actually played, Serge.
It's the Dementia Podcast strikes again.
My God, I'm not even drinking. That's the bloody worst part about it. Right. So, yeah, and Aspire just had 0. And again, it didn't really have much marketing going on. You saw some stuff here and there, but
you're right. Yeah, it's crazy.
It doesn't seem like they're doing much marketing like VR games that I've seen recently. I mean, Veil's been I've seen stand out more because they're a bit more active, and there's a pretty big player base for that. It's a big multiplayer game, isn't it? So, yeah. So while Veil and Aspire didn't have too much coverage in the media, it's strange.
Well, so I was going to review Aspire 2, and then after our stream, I said to you, right, if I make this video and I will put 6-7 hours into making the video, I've already recorded the footage, I'll script it, I will record the script, I will put footage over the top of my chat, and nobody's going to watch it. Right? I knew it. I just knew it. You know,
you said to me beforehand. Yeah.
I did. I just knew nobody was going to watch it. So, I mean, Gamertag, who obviously I have great respect for, lovely fella, he did review it, and it didn't do. His video didn't do particularly well. I mean, he's a bigger YouTuber than me, so you can kind of scale views,
averages.
Yeah,
like a percentage.
Yeah, and I kind of looked at his video and I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to invest any more time in making a video because nobody's going to watch it, and it's so disappointing. It is so disappointing. There was like such a lack of interest in a game which, in my opinion, could be in the future when they fix it, like the Splinter Cell game we've all wanted in VR.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. I'm starting to wonder whether there are too many. As ridiculous as this sounds, I'm starting to wonder whether there are too many VR games coming out.
Yeah, why why did 3 games come out on one day? Did they not look at the schedule?
It was more than 3. There was 5 games.
There was another one, at least. Yeah. Okay. What
I
were the
can't
other two,
remember
mate?
what games. I can't remember what the other 2 games are. I remember seeing Mike from VRO post a list on them. There were 5 different games that came out that day. What the Bat was one of them.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember what the 5th one was. But yeah, like that was a crazy day. Like why? Like none of what was released that day was streamed though. Like no one gave a shit about it as far as like live stuff was concerned. Maybe VR just isn't a streamer friendly thing on the whole.
I would disagree with you, because the Among Us VR stream that we did on launch day was incredible. It was like the chat was going crazy. We were all having a great time, and it did some good numbers for my channel. You know, and I've got to remember that I'm not like a massive YouTube channel. I remember what I would consider to be quite a small channel. But the numbers on Among Us VR on that stream was really, really good. And I think it's because we were having such a good time. I actually forgot we were streaming at one point because I was just laughing so much. I woke up next morning, honest to God, and my stomach hurt because I was just laughing so much. I was laughing at Indy getting kicked out of the airlock when he was completely innocent. I was laughing at Shuey because he was the imposter and he was just being a complete and utter bastard. It was just like, I've now raised my imposter game. I realise now that I was playing it completely wrong. I've raised my imposter game. I actually, in my review, I actually put the footage on where I actually managed to kill everybody. I actually killed you right at the end, you remember? And you were screaming, "It's Mac!" And I killed you. I don't know. It's
the thing is, mate, with Among Us, it's already like one of the biggest games out there. I think there's like 500,000 people, whatever, on Twitter, or 1 point, whatever it is, the numbers, and Discord is. It's a huge game. So when it came out in VR, I think everyone wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Even now, if any of us were to stream Among Us, you'd get traffic. People would just love it because it's, especially with people you know, because like people you don't know, I've seen people stream it, and I've obviously been in random lobbies, and I've seen people stream it with randoms, and it's not nowhere near as entertaining as in if you get to know someone personally, if you get what I mean. So
I actually banned your mate. I actually banned your cousin because he was too good. Do you remember he figured out that HB was the imposter because he always fucked with the lights? And then that was this was like high IQ play, right? So what happens is when HB's the imposter, he always screws with the lights straight away. So Nindy realized,
by the way.
Hey Nindy, how you doing, mate? So Nindy actually realized that's what HB did. So basically what happened is the game started, the lights fucked off. Nindy hit the button and went, "It's HB," because he always fucks with the lights at the beginning. And HB was like, "Why? What?" We kicked him out the airlock. And sure enough, it was actually HB was the imposter. It was crazy high IQ thinking, that mind. It was crazy. So we banned him because he spoiled the game.
And we're not playing with him ever again. So there you go, Nindy. Shove your 2-hour refund up your ass.
It's honestly, just even talking about Among Us makes me fucking happy. It's so good. If you play with your friends, it's so good. It's so good. Wow, crazy.
Mo Beast wants room tools from everyone. Mate, my room this is just a green screen, mate. Yeah. That's literally
what does Mo Beast want?
He wants a show around of your room.
I actually did one recently.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you did, yeah, you did,
yeah.
You did as a short, didn't you? Yeah, because you were upgrading.
Yep, I'm still upgrading because I haven't been able to do anything since.
If you go to
if
you go to Moby's channel, he does
then
a walk around. He does a walk around of his game room. Like, I think mine's pretty good. Like, there's my green screen behind me. This is my collection of stuff. But Mobeast, he's got so much stuff. He's got, like, he is the biggest geek I've ever seen in my life. He actually did a video where he was, who's the guy from the PlayStation?
God of War guy.
God of War guy. Yeah.
Kratos.
Kratos. He actually did a video where he was in the gym doing a bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, dressed as Kratos. And I was like, that guy's nailed it. That guy has nailed it. He was like, oh, and my sister bought me this because she knows I like that. And my mum bought me this. And I was like, I want a family like that because my... Mobeast. So go to Mobeast's channel and have a look at his have a look at his game room walk around. It's fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, guys, in my you guys watching in my chat, I'm pretty sure all of you are sub, but go sub to his channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good content.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You two had the last stream. Do you remember the little sneak peek I gave you into my gaming room?
No.
Did you turn the green screen off?
Wasted. I took the camera and then I put it onto like my pile of headsets and wires and stuff.
Oh, that's right.
That's disgusting.
See, I've got OCD, so everything has in my space has to be like perfect. So when you showed us that, I was like, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's better now. That was just on that day. I mean, you're a fire safety guy as well. We used to be firemen, so if you came here, you'd probably give me a good spanking.
Oh yeah, no, I remember what you showed me. Now I was blanking. Yes, no, that was horrific. That made me also want to vomit, but in a different way. It's
vomit from somewhere else.
No, I still wanted to vomit from the mouth, but not because I was jealous, because it made me want to vomit, and I don't think it would have made much difference to how the place looked.
The reason I showed you guys because I knew that you'd have that reaction. So
I didn't sleep well that night.
I'm coming down for your 40th birthday, so you need to tidy the place up before I get there, because I'll just
Mac will tidy it for you.
I will. I'll be like Monica from Friends. I'll turn up with a basket of like cleaning products and just say, "Okay, you just go to the pub, and I'm gonna sort your house out while I'm there."
Will it be like coming to America and they say the royal penis is clean, Your Highness? Is that what you mean?
No, I am not sucking anything when I come down to see you. Well,
okay. I'll spray some Febreze in the end. Some carpet shaking back. There you go.
This went a bit off. Fucking.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Parasite. How's it going, man?
Just
hope you're feeling better too, dude.
Hey, Parasite, how you doing, mate?
I feel like that's become your role within the podcast, Indy. It's just been, I need to bring the podcast down as much as possible, as fast as possible. How can I achieve this?
Oh my god, this went so off track so quickly. It's just.
I know. Sorry, guys. I'll try better. I'll be clean. I'll be PG. There you go.
No. That's why people watch podcasts, because they just expect that. Right. So we need to talk about giveaways.
Yes.
Because obviously Walking Dead's donated $30, so those $30 will go straight back to our community. So what we'll do at the end of this stream, if you have commented on my stream or Serge's stream, or sorry, Indy's stream, I keep calling you Serge, sorry dude, it's just,
how dare you,
or Shuey's stream, then we will put your names into the wheel of names and we will spin it, and you can win a $10 Steam voucher. So that's what we're going to do with that money. So we need to remember that.
And speaking of that, we're going to talk about the Luke Ross stuff.
Yes, we are. We are. Oh.
So you asked, do you guys play flat to VR games like Cyberpunk VR mod from Luke Ross? Before I say anything, I want to ask you guys whether you have done any of this.
Yes, I have.
So, you have? Okay.
I have, yeah. I've got Dr. Beef's Doom 3 port for the Quest 2, which is phenomenal, right? Doom 3 will cost you about £2 on Steam, and then a very simple process. You can get it onto your Quest 2, and you can actually play Doom 3 in your headset. It's absolutely incredible. And then obviously we've played extensively the Half-Life 2 mod. I've streamed it, I've reviewed it. I know Serge has. You actually got further into it than me, didn't you? You did about 8 or 9 streams, I think.
5, 6. I finished it.
Yeah, you finished it. Yeah, we both finished it. Shuey?
I didn't finish it.
So disappointing.
I am.
I'm so disappointed in you. You were my golden child. So have you actually played any like Cyberpunk or the Elden Ring stuff? Because I have not.
So this is it, right? When I damaged my shoulder, I decided, right, now is the perfect time to start playing around with getting Flat to VR going, right? So I went and signed up to Luke Ross's Patreon, got his code, and then proceeded to spend the next 3 days trying to get Cyberpunk working. And it works.
Yes.
It works, and it works super quickly, right? Let me just start with that. Like Luke Ross's, what he's done, it works. It works really fucking well. However, I'm not running on a 4090, right? So I'm having to figure out settings and things, and I want to get some mods in there, and I want to try. And honestly, I have a real stomach for VR sickness. Like I can stomach the hardest fucking shit that VR can throw at me. But after 3 days of that, I actually spent a day thinking I don't want to put on a headset.
Really?
Yeah, because I felt so discombobulated. Like I went to sleep. I had like the worst sicky nightmares that I've had for ages. And then I woke up the next morning just feeling rough as arseholes and didn't want to touch a VR headset. And honestly, I haven't gone back to trying to get it working again since. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. I need to actually dial it down because it started to look quite pretty, but it was still not quite there.
But you're running a 3080?
I'm running a 3080.
Right, okay. So you're like tiers above me because I'm running a 2080 Ti. So this is really interesting because obviously one of my big heroes is Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis, and he played Elden Ring, which was one of Luke Ross's VR flat screen to VR conversions, and he said exactly the same thing that you've just said. It doesn't improve the game; it actually makes it harder because obviously Elden Ring is a third person game. And though he had implemented the Horizon thing so that when you were doing the rolls to escape from attacks, it made him feel sick. And obviously he is a guy who's on 500,000-600,000 subscribers. He plays VR all the time, and he had exactly the same experience as you. So
yeah, I mean, I haven't done any of that modding stuff.
To be fair to that, though, with Elden Ring, you're literally doing somersaults.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Sorry, Serge, cut you off there.
Apparently, there's a new FSR 2.1 in the latest update that makes it run a lot better. That's what Googly Games said. Cheers for that, mate.
Okay, Googly.
Yeah. So yeah, I just did. Obviously, the Half-Life 2 mod is like pretty. No, it's not really gonna run the GPU hard. I did GTA 5 in Vorpex like 2 years ago, but nothing else ever. Like I was tempted by Red Dead Redemption 2. I was really tempted, but then they took it down.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
mod stuff. So
yeah,
but yeah, that's weird that you got a 3080 and then. I mean, obviously it's gonna be pretty damn demanding, isn't it? Because it's like a AAA game plus VR thrown into it as well.
The problem is as Ludovico has just said, the issue with the mod is that it's rendering a frame per eye. So even if it's rendering 90 frames a second, it's actually only running 45 frames a second in the headset.
Ah, right, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's actually rendering like two screens, rather than anything else. So yeah, like I can get a smooth 45 frames out of it at the moment, almost. But that's not with higher settings by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, I'm going to show people that I'm not the tech god that you all thought I was here, right? I'm not actually the god of knowledge. I'm not actually the guy who wrote all of Linus Tech Tips's speeches. What is? I thought I was under the impression that FSR was the AMD equivalent of Nvidia's DLSS. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm sorry. That's
Chat. Hit me up. Like, tell me why I'm wrong here. Because that was my impression. Oh, for God's sake, Walking Dead, you're insane. We appreciate it. We appreciate you, but this is
again.
You know, you can watch this stream for free, right? That's an option.
So we've now got to give away $35 of Steam VR vouchers, and also I'd like to point out that Rezol's in the chat, in my chat, and he made a massive donation a couple of podcasts ago, and we gave game keys out and we gave gift cards out to everybody that was in the chat. So Rezol, thank you. Walking Dead is a channel member for me, so he supports me anyway. So dude, $35 we've got to give away. Got to give away $35 now. Nice one, thank you. It's amazing. Also, the Unreal Injector. We need to talk about that, because if we talk about flat screen to VR, the Unreal 5 Injector mod, a literal line of code that enables virtual reality in any Unreal Engine game.
So here's the thing, and it's sort of bridging the two. It's bridging the two conversations that we've just had.
Rezol's just apologized. Don't apologize.
Oh, I think he's apologizing to PD.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've been following the chat. PD says he's not quite there yet.
Well, PD's still technically legally blind, isn't he? After his operation, so
he hasn't had it.
As far as I'm aware,
he's waiting for another one still.
Yeah. So Paradise Decay did a great video about the Quest Pro, where he actually went to a shopping center and did pass through. It's crazy to watch, because people are walking past him going, "The fuck are you doing?" It's a really good watch. So go and subscribe to Paradise Decay and go and watch that video. It's crazy funny.
Definitely, guys.
Okay, I'm reading 3 different conversations. I'm reading something else, and no, I remember where I was. So
I'm exactly the same as you. I've got 3 chat windows open, and I'm trying to keep up with all of them, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, but I'm also trying to learn now whilst I'm streaming, because I can't get it out of my head what DLSS versus FSR is. So I'm reading the chat and I'm going away, and I'm actually trying to learn as I'm streaming, whilst I'm also trying to do a podcast to tell you guys about other shit. So yeah, so anyways, one of the things that I struggled with playing VR flat to VR was still using a controller, right?
Yeah.
I really struggled with that, because I'm pressing forward on a stick, and I know you're pressing forward on a stick anyway. Like if you play Contractors, if you play Lone Echo, or not Lone Echo, that's a different thing. But like any game where you've got a body mostly, you're going to be pressing a stick to move forwards, and that's fine. But for some reason, playing it on a controller wigs me out. Like really wigs me out, and I really don't like it. The injector, however, should also be enabling us to have stick off movement.
Yeah.
And that's pretty huge.
It is,
in my opinion.
That video that the flat screen to oh, by the way, if you don't know, there is actually on Discord, there's a flat screen to VR Discord channel. So if you are not subscribed to it, go and find it, because it's pretty incredible. They put the video out for, I think it was Breaches, which is like this hardcore Rainbow Six kind of shooter, and they showed that with sixed off with the actual controllers, like your actual VR controllers, and he was moving his gun, and it was mind blowing. And that's the Unreal 5 injection thing that we're talking about, just in case you got lost. Sorry.
You guys did ask me what my favorite Unreal game was a few podcasts back, but
yeah,
to be honest, when I start a game up, I just keep pressing A. I don't even care who made it, so I don't remember.
Why is that not a surprise?
But that was like the console days. Nowadays, obviously, it's a bit of VR now. That's a bit different. But in the console days, just whack the A button.
Yeah.
So yeah. What was your favorite one there, Mac? You said of the Unreal games.
I want Halo.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a
big one for me. It's
yeah.
like, I mean, if you're going back to 2001 when Halo released, I literally just joined the Fire Brigade, and I was still in my basic training, and I went down to a game shop. Remember them? A shop. And
they don't exist.
They don't exist.
I
went
Amazon?
into game. I went into game, and I gave them £400, and they gave me a console, and I got Jet Set Radio, it was Metropolis Street Racer and Halo. And I went home, and I nearly failed my exam that next week because I was playing Halo so much. So, like, for me personally, if they can do a Halo, I mean, there was that Halo Reach mod that was getting done. Do you remember that? And then the guy actually got employed by 343 Industries. So, you know, Microsoft don't talk about VR. They kind of dismiss it. But if they employed that guy, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? But like for me,
We got a paper question again.
right. So we now have $55 worth of Steam VR vouchers to give away at the end of this stream, because Rezol has just donated $20.
It's disgusting. It's so hard. Like, it's like the definition of like Arnie and that other guy in Predator grasping arms and being like, "Dylan, you son of a bitch."
Yeah. What they do? They got you pushing too many pencils? So Rezol said, here's a lovely tip for you fellas. PS, what settings should have set my 4090 i9 13900 KF that's coming tomorrow? Oh, I tell you what, just set it to ultra. Just set it to ultra, and then you'll just... Rezol, I love you and I hate you in equal measure, you absolute fucking legend. Right, so we've got $55 of Steam vouchers to give away at the end of this podcast now. Oh, thanks, guys.
Don't forget to add ice to your water cooling system, mate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Where there's a recession going on. Where are these people getting all this money from? I can't even afford to upgrade my 2080 Ti. Jesus.
Well, you don't need a nice house if you can't see it. Puts headset down.
Genius. Rezol lives in his shed, but he has a 4090 and a VR headset. Probably a Vario Arrow or whatever they're called. I don't know. Sorry. That was it. Right, so we now actually have... I've got game keys to give away.
No, Rezol, do not add ice to anything. That is... Ooh. Unless you've got an external reservoir, you don't add ice to it.
So, just to recap, if you've been involved in my chat or Indy's chat or Power-On's chat, you will be included in the giveaway. We have $55 worth of Steam VR vouchers to give away. Plus, I have two game keys to give away as well. I don't know what Shui or Indy has. to give away, but that's basically, we'll do that at the end of the stream. If you're involved in the chat, you will be included. So keep an eye on my channel. Keep an eye on.
Taz is also adding to this.
Okay.
He's giving away a Steam game of choice up to €10.
Oh, Taz. Thanks, mate.
Basically, he's feeling guilty because I paid for his veil so that he would actually get on launch day.
Right, you nice bastards in my chat. Where's the money?
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Come on. Right, so we got $55 to give away. We've got at least 3 game keys now. So this is crazy. It's so good. I'm so pleased. I look forward to this podcast so much. I really do look forward to doing this with my 2 best mates, and the chat has just made it.
Yeah, you guys are brilliant.
Guys, just thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Well, I almost forgot about that. It was today till you called me Mac at 5 to 7.
Yeah, whatever. No, you fucking didn't.
Mac called me.
Dementia
Podcast.
Podcast.
You ready for the podcast? I was like, no, it's next week, isn't it? He's like, no, we're going to... Because I know she started getting wound up. And I was like, yeah, I was only pulling his leg. So,
now we have Now we have $60 to give away because
there you go, Thankfully.
Yeah, thank you,
trying
mate.
to buy his way back into Among Us. Don't fall for it. Send it
Sorry,
back to him.
I big-brained in Among Us. I'm just making you all better. See, I've got your best interest at heart. Okay, mate. Zenquility's in Indie, isn't he?
I'm indie. He's an indie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Zenquility. Right. So we now have $60.
What's the N stand for?
It's copyright reasons. He couldn't have the same name as me. So.
I see.
Yeah.
He should have used a Y instead of an IE. Big brain plays.
This is crazy, right? So, so we got $60 to give away, and we've got 3 game keys at least. So, yeah, keep watching and keep commenting because if you comment, you'll get entered.
Yeah, I wasn't.
What next? What next? More topics.
I've got
more
no
topics.
idea. I've got no idea. It's all gone crazy. My brain's gone blank. I can't believe the amount of money that's been donated. So
Taz is up to from 10 to 20 now for some reason. What the hell is going on?
It's almost like an auction.
Taz,
30.
dude, you need to remember that is a full shift at work for you. You just have to calm down, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck Christ.
Don't go crazy, dude.
I tell you what, when I come to Greece, I'm coming to your restaurant, and I expect to have a good time.
Do Greek do vegan food? Is that a thing?
No, not in Greece.
You get past customs, mate. Yeah.
Are you vegan? Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, when I go to Taz's restaurant, I'm having dolmadas, and I'm probably going to have kleftiko, and then probably some sort of baklava to follow. I think that's pretty good.
I've thought of a subject because
Yes!
Taz has just reminded me. Right, so when I started getting into FPS games in VR,
Okay.
right, one of the first games that I got into was Onward, and I loved Onward.
Yeah.
But when I was aiming down sight and I was trying to acquire my targets, I was swaying all over the place like a drunkard along a river, and it wasn't going particularly well. Like, I would fire, and I reckon maybe 1 out of 5 shots I would miss. Right, I had the acquisition, I had the drop on him, I just wasn't hitting him. Right. Now this was in like PvE rather than PvP, but either way, I just wasn't getting it. Why is that? Why do you think that I was missing?
I think it's because you're not using a gun stock.
Yes, you would be correct. At the time, I was not using a gun stock. So I eventually, after finding Mac in VR's channel, was persuaded to part ways with €140. Yes.
Wasn't me.
But I called you on the counter. Anyway, so
I tell you what, we are not chilling on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
no. So here's the thing. I went out and bought the gun stock, right? The gun stock arrived and I loved it. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It did everything I wanted. And my target acquisition and ability to hit went so far up so quickly, right? I have to you have to activate the aimbot. Yeah, so this is what I didn't do, right? Instead of activating the free aimbot that comes in all FPS games, I went and spent $140, so €140. So, you know, I wasted a bit of money, but that's on me. Here's the thing though. I loved it. I did. And then in more recent weeks, I've been playing a lot.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say here. I know
a lot of contractors.
Yeah.
And a lot of Veil.
Yeah.
And I've been using the gun stock, and I don't do too badly. I think we can admit that, right? If we're playing a game of gun game, or like I'm fairly high up there in the kill statistics, but I'm never the top. Who's at the top, Mac?
Fitz.
Fucking Fitz is at the top of every server we play. Quite considerably so.
He's a monster. And does he use a gun stock?
He fucking doesn't.
Bastard.
Right. So
but it's like 50,000 hours of contractors.
Yeah, maybe he's secretly testing out Tassos' toilet roll gun stock. That's why it's doing so well.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Tassos built a gun stock literally out of toilet rolls, and it was like a
masterpiece.
It was an abomination, right? If ProTube actually, like Anya and Barino from ProTube actually go to bed and like have nightmares about what Tassos built, because it just if you can imagine toilet roll wrapped in gaffer tape, that's exactly what it was.
It had a bit of a heater attached to it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. for the butt stock.
Yeah.
And he actually admitted it on Discord and put pictures of it on.
Yeah, no, I actually saw. I was speaking to him the other day, and he sent me a picture of his setup, right? And he was like, underneath, if you have a look underneath the desk, you can see the heater that I stole the bit off of for the gun stock, right? And I could see it, and it's on its side slightly because it's one of the feet of the gun of the heater. Anyway, so yeah. So here's the thing. As we're talking, right? Me, Taz, and Fitz are all talking, and Fitz turns around and I was just like, yeah, but I'm sure I heard something. No, we were in Discord. That's what it was. We were on my Discord talking about it, and I said I'm pretty certain that ProTube put something about seeing like a big presence of their gun stocks in some like Veil tournament, right? Yeah. But then I can't remember who. I don't think it was Fitz. I think it might have been Patrice or someone else. They went and had a look, found the footage. Not a single person in that $35,000 Veil tournament was using a gun stock.
Really?
They were all freehanding.
Right. So if you go is ESPL where they do the Onward tournaments, they are all.
Yeah.
They are all using either ProTubes or like the proto ProTubes, where it's just the gun stock on the first hand.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, to get that third party contact, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the ESPL. So a lot of those players have migrated to Veil, though, haven't they? I mean, you're the Veil expert, so you have to sort of
expert. Basically, what I'm saying is that I just assumed, and I think most people would, that guns equal gun stock, right? That's a thing that I think most people are going to think. I actually now think my new way of looking at the FPS world in VR is that it completely depends on the game you're playing, to the point now where I'm seriously thinking, for most games that I play on contractors, I'm not going to be using a gun stock.
That's really interesting because, like, so way back in the day when I first met Indy or Surgical, it was
When you had hair.
yeah, well, we both had hair. So we were playing Population 1, and like my thing about Population 1 is I'm no good up close. I'm just terrible. So I'm like a sort of mid. I can't snipe. So I'm a mid-range player. So I always like that. What was the single shot rifle that was in Population 1? I can't remember what it was called. C16 or something like that.
Sacco? S85 Sacco?
No, the
CX4.
The CX4. Yeah. Right, so I loved the CX4 and nobody else loved the CX4. But I played with the gun stock, which meant that at mid-range, I was like, I could hit somebody 5, 6, 7 times and out of 10 and like proper mow them down. So I sent my old gun stock, because like I have a relationship with ProTube, so they send me stuff occasionally, and I had my original ProTube, and I sent it to you, Serge, and you never used it, did you?
I use it for home defense in case anyone tries to break into my house. You can strangle them with
the walking stick.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with them. You can put that between the balls and pull it back.
Oh my god! That, honest to God, that is literally my original ProTube from about 2016.
Yeah, to be honest, Mac, I do sleep with it next to me in my pillow.
Oh, thank you.
It.
Does it still smell of me?
Not anymore. It smells of something else now. Let's talk about that. Oh, carry on.
Right, see, this happened again. Right, this has happened again. We were talking about ProTube, and Indy just lowered it. So,
sorry, guys. Go.
I can't do FPS without a gun stock. Sergi obviously can, because I mean, you were like, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, but you were like a pro level kind of Population 1 player. Because you carried me in face through so many games.
I used to be good at it, not anymore.
Yeah,
I'm still the same, but yeah,
because you're still leading. Yeah. You're still leading, and you don't have to anymore.
It's a very different game these days, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Sir Shuey, you're saying you think you're better without a gun stock?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I put the gun stock down the other day in the middle of playing Veil, and I instantly found my acquisition better. Instantly.
Really?
Yeah, within like 30 seconds, I found that, because here's the thing, like in the fast-paced games such as Contractors, you have to have your gun resting to be able to
move
run
quickly.
Right?
Yes,
yeah. And having that gun stock actually modifies how quickly you can get on target, because it's heavier, it's in a straight position, so you can't actually cheat your way into position. Like, it doesn't feel realistic, but it is faster. And I think Fitz is right, and it's the only time that I will ever say it.
Fitz, take it. Not that you need it, you fucking kill it.
JS bastards, is right. Like, the virtual gun stock setting in Veil is actually pretty on point, and they actually have 2 different virtual gun stock settings. And I was playing with that the other night on stream to see how much that affected it. Like, here's the thing that I've come down to, right? I'm going to go into FPS games wearing my gun stock.
Yeah.
But I'm very rarely going to use it, but I want it there in case I have a scoped weapon at any point. The moment I have an ACOG or better, I want to be using that scope. I want to be using that gun stock. But if I'm using any kind of holographic or red dot or even iron sights, I don't want it anywhere near me at the moment.
Really? So I completely disagree with you there, because like I used to play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, and I was a bit of a camper. So I would have a position, I would have an area that I knew really well, and I would always aim down sights when I was going around corners. I would always cover my angles. So when I started playing Contractors and got absolutely murdered by Tassos and you, Shuey, and you, Indy, and Fitz, because you're all bastards, I went back to my original way of playing Call of Duty, which was to always have my gun up and not use the speed. I would try and use that ability to, or I was always aiming down sight. So if somebody came in front of me, I would always have my gun up. It didn't work for me very well because obviously Fitz and Tassos and Nebredo and they're you fucking ninjas. But that's the way I would prefer to play. So I always have my gun stock in the shoulder at ready. And I'm always looking down my sights. So I don't use the speed of contractors. I try to be more tactical. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think you're right in one respect. Like it will dramatically reduce your death ratio, but it won't increase your kill ratio.
No.
And that's what the speed gives you, is that increase in kill ratio, but a decrease or an increase also in death ratio.
So there was one game of contractors we played, and it was on, I think it was either on Rust or, I think it was on Rust. And I thought I did really well because I think I got 9 kills and 4 deaths. And I was like, oh, God, positive kill death ratio. Fitz killed 53 people.
Yeah.
In that game. I didn't even see 53 people in that game. Yep. And I'm like, how did he do that? But obviously it's Fitz and he's put a lot of time into the game. The same as Tassos has and the same as you have. So it's, you know, like my style of playing is different. I tend to stay in one area and try and be defensive, but
yeah, and as long as you're enjoying that, it doesn't matter. Like this is the thing, right? I'm trying out some different things to try and see whether I can up that competitive level side of things on both Bale and contractors.
But you were, like, I'd have to point out here, you were a competitive game player at one point, weren't you?
I was, yes. And that's where a lot of my enjoyment comes from competitive FPS games, is actually trying to be slightly competitive. And I'm not anymore, admittedly. I'm nowhere near as much anymore.
Really?
I don't mean wanting to be competitive. I mean actually my skill level of competitive.
You know how I can tell you're lying? Because your lips are moving.
That's a good sign.
Speaking of which,
I'm not kidding here, right? When Henry Van Leer beat you at Broken Edge in EGX, Henry was like, "Oh, I beat Shuey," and you were absolutely gutted. And then you did me. You did me. I think you did me 4-1.
That was a long ass game, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was competitive. I really enjoyed it. But you did me 4-1, and you were like, "Yeah, okay, I've got my mojo back." It must have been a fluke with Henry.
I think Mac let him win just so that he felt a bit better. He sacrificed himself. Is that what really happened, Mac?
What happened with me and Henry was that I chose a type of sword fighting that I have no experience with whatsoever, and I just did not know how to get around what Henry was doing at all. I couldn't figure it out.
You have to point out here, you all are also, you've done fencing.
Yeah, no, I have some experience in that arena. So, there are certain fighting styles that I'm used to, and the barbarian that I was using, I could not figure out how to get around. Because in order to power up the barbarian, you have to take slow, measured movements. And I, as a very fast-paced, fencing style fighter, couldn't figure out how on earth somebody who's watching a slow-paced attack, how can you not avoid it? You would have to literally close your eyes and hope for the best in order to get hit. So I didn't understand it. But either way, he slaughtered me. It was disgusting. Let's not talk about it anymore because I'm getting teary.
And I'd also like to point out that Indy doesn't live that far away from EGX, and he didn't come and see us. I'm so disappointed in you.
Yeah, I know, but obviously that weekend was my nephew's birthday.
Excuses.
What else happened?
Come and see your VR fam, or spend some time with a relative that you're going to see every single day. I don't know.
I'll see you every day anyway, Mac. Pretty much.
I know. I'm coming down for your 40th birthday. I'm I'm going to sit on that slimy couch where I don't know what you
Oh,
do.
The camera's gone again.
He's a missing number again.
No, I'm fine. On my stream, I'm fine.
We're going to get all of the rare candies. For those of you who understand Pokemon Red and Blue from way back when.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody asked a question. EGX is a gaming.
Yes, it's a gaming convention in London.
Yes.
It's huge. Like, they showcase a ton of stuff, and this year they had a really good VR presence because Fast Travel Games had like 5 different booths, and there were several other like smaller indie developers that were down there. Squiggle was down there. Discronia. They even had, you know how you watch like those big gaming showcases, right? And like there's a big stage and people come on set and they talk about their game and they do a big presentation. And they actually had one of those there for VR this year. And it was hosted by I think his name's Callum Hurley, who is a great guy, lovely guy to chat to.
Gamertag.
Gamertag was up there as well. It was brilliant.
You need to tell the Gamertag story though about his presentation, because it's really, really funny.
So GT was he was looking after, like, he was running like all of Fast Travel stuff.
He was working for them at the time.
Yeah, he was working for them at the time, so he was looking after all their stuff. He was making sure that everyone was doing what they were doing, that the games were being shown, and there was like 5 booths, so that's a lot of stuff going on, right? As well as like talking to people like me and Mag and Clickster and
he
all
broke
of us.
Clickster's
And, like,
ribs. He broke Clickster's ribs with a hug, a Gamertag hug.
So he was rushed off his feet, didn't have time for much. He had to go and do this presentation. I think he was a little bit nervous, and he hadn't really eaten anything and he hadn't really drunk anything. So he grabbed what was it he actually got given to drink?
I think it was like Sneak energy drinks. I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
He'd had like I think he had like a couple of Sneak energy drinks, and then he got given like some fucking ridiculously strong caffeinated espresso motherfucker just before he went on stage. So he was blurry as he got on stage. Not only was he a bit nervous, and he had this bit of paper that he had to read off of that he was trying not to read, and he was up there with his boss as well, presenting to like 300 or 400 people, as well as like it was being videoed for live streaming and stuff like that as well. So it's pretty big. Like, this is a big thing in his career. But as he gets up there, he looks down and he can't read anything because he's got way too much caffeine in his system. And like, he's basically just he's almost at that point where Fry gets to the 100th.
Yes, I was just about to say that, and everything slows down.
Yeah, no, he did really well though. Like, he absolutely smashed it. But so from where me and Click were sitting, we couldn't really tell that. But even so, yeah, he did. I think he regretted not eating something.
Yeah. I'd like to say something here about Gamertag, because he's one of those. So basically, Fast Travel Games employed him, and he packed his job in. And he went to work for Fast Travel Games. And then
Come true.
Yeah. So about a week after EGX, Fast Travel decided they didn't want to have remote workers. So they basically sacked everybody that was remote working, which included Gamertag, which, you know, if you've... So his channel isn't massive. It's multitudes...
6,000?
Yeah, it's like multitudes above mine. So I can understand how much money he's making, because it's on a scale. So I can look at his channel and think, well, that's how much money he's making. So Fast Travel Games decided to basically sack everybody that was remote working for them. And Gamertag had literally packed his job in to work for Fast Travel. So he was 2 weeks after we met him, and I can honestly say this, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I can understand 100% why his community is so tight and why he is so highly regarded by the VR industry, because he's just one of life's wonderful people. But he basically had his fucking income cut off. You know, he had his legs taken away from him. And if you follow me on Twitter, he posted some really heartfelt sort of posts about the situation he was in. So if you aren't subscribed to Gamertag, go and subscribe right now. Like his videos, join his Patreon, join his channel membership if he has it, because he is literally one of VR's wonderful people. It's just, I'm so annoyed at Fast Travel what they did to him, that they would employ him and then literally just 3 months later just cut him off.
I mean, they made a business decision. Fast Travel, on the whole, are a good company.
They are, yes.
But yeah, it's a shitty thing that happened.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Drop Dead. Hey, Drop Dead. Thank you for dropping in, guys. It's your mate, Mac.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, wow, look, hey, look. It's on my display. I've still got my Drop Dead Cabin gift bag. I've eaten all the sweets, though. So thank you for that.
Oh, Drop Dead have keys, apparently.
No.
I have keys as well. They're just not the useful ones that people want. They only open my house.
This is look.
Apparently,
I love this so much.
Mac, you need to check Drop Dead's Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I am now doing that.
I'll do that. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. There's so much going on this stream. It's just crazy. How much money have we got to give away? Yeah. We've got like $60 to give away, haven't we? Shit.
Oh, are you meaning check Twitter DMs by any chance? Because I'm just checking and I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so what's happened is Drop Dead have... You can't see that. We'd like to give some keys away.
That was a very old man thing to do just then.
Sorry.
Can you see the technology?
I'm a VR tube streamer. I'm really good at technology. No, so the lovely people at Drop Dead the Cabin VR, which they hosted me down at Leamington Spa for a day, and it was one of the most wonderful experiences of my life. I've probably gone on about it too much, but I met Carlos from my Spanish is so bad. Yungo video. Oh, I'm really sorry, Carlos. I met Casanchari from YouTube. I met Mike from VRO. I met Daysnetic. I met Eyes on VR. I met Dr. Oculus. If I've forgotten somebody's name, it was a wonderful day. They looked after us so much. This is really weird because what Paradise Decay did to Daysnetic is really, really horrible. So this is actually a true story. So because Paradise has problems with his eyes, he asked Daysnetic to drive him to Leamington Spa, and he said, right, I'm going down there to see this game developer. Would you mind driving? Because obviously I have problems with my sight. And so Daysnetic was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that for you. So this is genuine. This is genuine, right? He walked through the door and the first person he saw was me, right? And he was like, oh, fuck, Mac in VR's here. Behind me was Mike from VRO. And behind Mike was Casanchari, right? And behind Casanchari was... I've fucking forgotten her name. The Beat Saber girl from Australia. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've forgotten your name. She's gone. Nazy! Right?
Sorry, I knew who you were talking about for like seconds. I was just like, I'm going to let him struggle.
So Daysnetic walked in the door and he saw me and he was like, fuck, that's Mac in VR. And then he saw Mike from VRO. And then he saw Casanchari. And then he saw Carlos from Yungo video. I'm sorry, and my Spanish is terrible. And then he saw Nazy, and he literally just stood in the door like this. And
I would have equally done.
And I turned round and looked, and I obviously recognised Paradise Decay. I think Dr. Oculus was stood behind him as well. And I looked at Days Net and I was like, all right, mate, how you doing? And he was like, what am I doing here? And that's the actual very first things that he said to me. What am I doing here? I'm like, dude, you're in the VR community and we love everybody. So there you go. So thank you very much to the people at Drop Dead the Cabin for doing that for us, and also for treating everybody absolutely the same. Like, so I think the biggest YouTuber was Carlos. I think he's like got over 1 million subscribers. He's got like a Spanish language VR channel, and then obviously it's Cass and Cherry, and then Mike. They're kind of the same. Like Nazy's about the same as those. So you got like people who are like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then you got me, who's like thinking, why am I here? And then you got Daysnetic and Dr. Oculus and Eyes on VR behind me going, well, what am I doing here? And it was just, it was a wonderful day. We saw the game. We played Frisbee golf. They took us out for dinner. It was just one of the best days of my life. It was just incredible. It was just incredible.
So yeah, if you're not subscribed to Daysnetic, head over to his YouTube. Definitely go and subscribe to the guy.
I have been given a lot of keys to give away by Drop Dead. A lot of keys.
How many is a lot?
I've got keys for Battle Sisters and I've got keys for Drop Dead. I've got at least 8 keys to give away.
Okay, well, tonight, everybody, you're all receiving keys. Everyone's receiving keys. It's going to be an Oprah Winfrey all up in here. You get a key.
God.
You get a key.
Crazy. Thank you very much. The team at Drop Dead. Right, so we got $60 to give away of Steam vouchers. We've got 8 keys from the lovely people at Drop Dead, and I've got 2 keys to give away.
Jesus, this is going to take us an hour just to finish the bloody podcast.
I think we should start getting names now.
Right, in 10 minutes, we're calling the podcast to sit here and just go through and do the giveaways. All right, that's happening. Because if it doesn't, we're going to run out of time.
The wheel of names is going to be like 8 foot wide. Crazy.
And you're going to need your beauty sleep, Matt, because you're going to have to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning to get to London.
I have, yes, because tomorrow, if people haven't realised yet, me and Shuey have been invited down to Pico HQ in London. So we haven't talked about that yet, have we?
I don't know what there is to talk about, because, like, what are we going to say? We don't really know what's happening.
No, like from my side, I'm taking my Pico 4 down with me, and I'm going to show them Cactus AR, and I'm doing that for Greg. I'm doing that for Gregor, and I'm doing that for what he did for me yesterday, which is absolutely
I'm going
crazy.
to take my headset as well, so that we've got 2, and we can hopefully just get a few people playing it.
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't understand what's happening here, on Sunday I was in contact with the developer for Cactus Cowboy. And he said he gave me a key for the Quest 2 AR game called Emilio's Adventure. And I mentioned to him that I had a Pico 4. And he literally, within an hour and a half, made the game available on the Pico 4. So there are only 3 copies of this game currently available. Gregor has one. I have the other one. And Shuey... And actually, I'm going to count your son here because he's been playing it more than you. Shuey has the other one. So like, this is quite important because there are 3 copies of this game in existence, and we are going to take it to Pico and say, you need this on your headset. So that's quite important, I think, because I don't think, from what I understand, the management of Pico is quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Not broken, disjointed. That's a good word to use, disjointed. Because Pico grew very quickly after the launch of the Pico Neo 3 Link. They went from 20 employees in the EU to over 200, and I get the idea from speaking to people that this management structure is a little bit disjointed.
They have recently put it all together.
Right,
because
okay.
I've been moved. I've actually been given a new contact because they've realised what they did wrong, and they've sort of amalgamated everyone into one place now.
Okay.
So I actually have a complete. So the person who I was dealing with was an external contractor essentially for Pico.
Okay.
And they've got rid of that now, and they've given me an internal person to speak to now.
So this is it when you? I hate to.
No, I've got a different person that I'm dealing with for the Pico 4 stuff.
Okay.
And then when you is what we're dealing with for the trip.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So it's really exciting because basically Pico are at the stage that Meta were. I would guess 3 years ago when they first launched the Quest. You know, it wasn't particularly well organized. They got their shit together for the Quest 2. Obviously, Serge will say that they haven't quite sorted out their customer services yet. I
haven't dealt with them, so I don't know. If something goes wrong this time, it's going straight in the bin.
So it's very exciting because we're going down to Pico and we don't know what's going to happen. But on the other hand, we also have something to present to Pico and say, look at this, you need to do this. Because we are the only people who have that copy of that game. The 3 of us, me, Shuey and Gregor from Cactus VR. So I'm so excited. I probably won't sleep tonight. I know. But all right, so a little insight into what happens after the podcast finishes. We usually have a chat for about half an hour, and then I go to bed, and I just lie in bed like this going, because I'm just so hyped for what's happened. And today, it's even worse because we've got $60 of Steam vouchers to give away. I've got 2 keys to give away. The lovely people from Drop Dead the Cabin have given us 8 keys. 8 keys to give away. So if I look like shit tomorrow, that's the reason.
It's 4 bottles of wine. That's what it is.
4? No, but no.
And that's just on the way to Pico.
Yeah. I've only had 1. Look, I've still got a little bit left.
Right, so whose turn is it to get all the names together? Because I think I did it last time.
Yeah, I can't type, so.
Oh, look at this. Oh, right, yeah.
I'm an old man. Don't try to give me any jobs.
Hang on. I will start putting stuff together.
Jeez, but the thing is, there's so many people commented. So many people commented. Right, so how are we going to make sure they get their games?
You know what we should do, I think, for the future is make a Discord server just for this podcast and get them to react to stuff, and then it'll be so much easier to do.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah. So if we're going to do the wheel of names, and we're going to give away 6 $10 Steam gift cards. We're going to give away my 2 keys, and we're going to give away the 8 keys that Drop Dead have just dropped on us. Thank you very much for making it really complicated, but we love you anyway. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So we need to make sure that everybody gets their games when
It's gonna have to be Discord.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be. So if you
yeah,
are,
you're gonna have to find if you
Whoever's
contact
chat they're
us.
out of, whoever's chat they're out of, just jump on that person's Discord. I think it's probably the easiest thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I
and
think
then
so.
I think this week we'll make a Discord just for the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that because I was getting random DMs on my Discord saying, "Hey, I want a key." And it's difficult to keep track of just like 3 or 4 keys. So today we've got, crikey, how many?
I was gonna say, if I run the wheel, can one of you two just make notes of who wins what?
Yeah,
Please?
sure, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise that's going to be way too much of a ball ache.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. I can do that, man. Where's Weeble? He came in long enough.
Weeble was in. Weeble was in.
He's in. He's going to be entered, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Everybody.
Paradise, thank you very much, mate. We've now got $62 worth of keys. You actually made it more difficult, Paradise. Thank you, but thank you.
Oh no!
There he is. There he is. There he is. There's Weeble.
Right, guys, we've got 1 key for Drop Dead the Cabin to give away.
Yeah. And Weeble's going to win it. Weeble's going to win everything. Okay, so I think the last bit of the podcast is just basically just giving stuff away, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to fucking talk for a while, mate, because this is gonna take years.
Right. So we have 60. So I'm sorry, Paradise. I can't give $62 away. We're going to give 6. We're going to give 6 $10 Steam keys away. Oh, sorry, 6.
Oh, Fitzy gave a $5.
Okay, so now we have $67 to give away. Thanks, Fitz. I can't do math. I can't do math.
So we'll do 6 10 ones and then 1 7 1, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to do So we're going to do 6 $10 Steam gift cards, and we're going to do the 2 keys that I have to give away, and then we're going to give the 8 keys that the lovely people at Drop Dead the Cabin. Bit of advertising. The lovely people at Drop Dead the Cabin gave me.
Yeah.
So if somebody could donate $3, that would make it $70. That would be lovely.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
It was Paradise. He screwed it all up by giving us $2. Oh, thanks, Paradise, man. I love you so much.
Yeah, cheers.
This is where people are going to have to realise that Shuey can't fucking spell.
No, that's fine, mate.
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
To be entered in the competition, all you have to do is comment on either my stream or Indie stream or...
Don't encourage him to do any more.
No.
I'm struggling as it is.
There you go. Verified's giving us 10. Walking Dead 3. So that's about... What's that now?
I've lost count. So we had 62. Oh, my God. No, sorry, Fitz... No, we had 62. Fitz gave us 5. That's 67. This is so stupid. And then
that's
70s. So we have 80.
That's 80.
Right,
80.
so we've got 80. We've got $80 worth of stick gift cards.
I think they're just doing it to mess with your old brain, Mac. Just like...
I can't do math. I can't do math. It's crazy. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun. I'm not going to sleep tonight. It's just, I was looking forward to this podcast so much, and it's just absolutely blown what I was expecting out of the water. Thank you very much, everybody. So if you've commented on either my stream or Indie stream or Shuey stream, Power On stream, then you will be included. Fuck's sake. So we're going to have $90 to give away.
I can't send cash in YouTube from Isle of Man. I didn't know that.
Really?
Thank you very much, Rezol. Thank you very much. I know I shook my head when you donated, but I really appreciate it.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, everyone.
This is going crazy. Right, so
Crash Organism, we take check. We take all major credit cards.
Yeah.
Your bank details.
We take sexual favors. Anything. Yeah, we take your firstborn.
Indy, you need to tell your people to stop coming and joining chat because you've got too many.
Are you talking about the Indians or the people in general in my community?
Yeah, as a whole, there are too
Okay.
many names.
So what's happened is Indy's family have realised there's been money given away. So all of his cousins are going. You might get some money out of this. Quick, join the chat.
Mate, I'm getting a 30% cut. Whatever anyone wants to
No,
watch,
verified.
don't worry.
Verified. Do not donate another £10. $10. It will not help us. We're struggling as it is.
I think at that point, if we get another 10, and that puts us to 100.
No, we're on 80 at the moment. Are we on 80, Mac?
No,
Yeah.
we're on 90, I think, according to Rezo.
Yeah, we are. We're on 90. So we've got
If
8.
we get another 10, we're going to give away 5 20s, I think.
Oh, yeah,
that would be cooler.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that would actually be cooler.
Come on.
Yeah.
Or 2 5s. Come on, people. Right, so we have 90. We have 9 $10 Steam cards to give away. We have 10 game keys to give away. This is like, oh wow, this is just crazy. It's just gone crazy. And we're not even talking about video games anymore.
Yeah. It's just one big. Let's call it the giveaway podcast. Just change the name.
Yeah, that's all we are now. The VR giveaway podcast. There you go.
Oh! Verified. Right, so we now have
Dude. Like,
10.
Yeah.
We now have 10 $10 gift cards to give away.
Well, let's make it really hard for Shuey doing the spinning. Let's make it $25 or $101 gift cards.
Right, so are we going to give away 5 $20 gift cards, or are we going to give away
$20 gift cards tonight? I think.
Okay, right,
I think
okay.
that's you can buy a decent game with that.
Yeah.
You can buy a decent game. Thanks to everyone that's
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
man.
that's
Dude.
insane. Thank you.
It's gone crazy. We're just a tiny little podcast that doesn't really.
I think I have everyone.
Right, okay. Comment if you're watching. Comment. If you don't comment, you won't get involved.
Shuey's going to lose his mind if anyone else comments.
Nobody else donate. We've got 10 keys to give away. We've got 5 $20 gift cards to give away. Let's go.
Hang on.
It's got fucking crazy.
Right, okay. If you're on my podcast, I'm going to bring up the web page so that we can.
Right, okay. Hold on. I'm going to get your podcast up. Which one's yours? Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
No, that's the Discord podcast. I don't know why I brought that up. That was dumb.
Okay, so this is.
This has given me an idea. I will find the right bloody Chrome. I've got too many Chromes.
Too many Chromes.
There we go.
Yay! Right. Stop donating. Stop donating right now, because this is the giveaway. If you donate now, it's going to screw things up.
Fitz, thank you very much. I didn't realise that Fitz put 5 towards it as well.
Oh, did you not? No, that's the 100. That's the 100.
Oh, is the 5 the 5 goes into 100? Yeah.
Yeah. We are.
You included that. That's fine. That's fine.
We are at $100. Okay.
Thanks, Fitz. That is appreciated, my guy.
Of course, Fitz would donate. He's a killer.
Right. Okay. So that's quite a lot of names.
Right. So just.
Shit! It's already spinning.
So who?
$20.
$20 first.
Ludovico.
Hey, Ludovico!
Ludovico.
I'm
Ludovico. I don't see you actually writing anything down right now, Indy.
I am. Ludovico.
If I say it out loud, it might help.
Right, Ludovico is one of my channel members. So thank you very much, my friend. You win a $20 Steam gift card. So should we do gift card?
Yeah.
Game, gift card. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So game's up next, guys.
Oh shit!
Spinny.
It's not spinning on my screen.
Yeah,
it's spinning on my fucking screen.
It's not spinning on my screen.
It's a live stream.
Of course.
Tranquility. Congrats, man.
Hey, Zen, you've got a game key. Zenquility.
And you've got a game key. And you've got a game key.
So hold on, what game key was that? We need to.
Parasite, you are on there, mate. I just haven't spelt your name right. Parasite, you are on there. You're just literally on there as Parasite because you were the first name that went on the list, I think.
Right, so we are going.
Look, you are. If you look at my stream, mate, your name is on there first. I just couldn't be asked to write it in all the weird squigglies.
So we're going to give away the keys based on what you want, because we have 10 keys to give away. So we're just gonna have to do it ad hoc, I'm afraid. So that we're gonna have to work that one out as it goes.
We're talking spin.
So he gets a key.
$20. Find the lady. Mobeast Gaming. Congrats,
hey, Mobeast! Mo, man.
Mo keeps winning on my channel as well, man. Well done, Mo.
I don't know. Don't worry about it, Parasite. I'm just useless. Otherwise, I would have just literally copied and pasted your name like a normal person.
I've just realised that I'm going to run out of paper.
That's
so
right.
next one is a game key.
Yep, spin.
This has been amazing.
Mark Alexander.
Hey, Mark. How you doing, mate? He's one of my guys.
Congrats.
You win a game key. Next one is a $20 Steam key.
I should have added my name in this.
I know. I've fucking commented. I don't.
Congrats, man. No one said congrats as well. Paradise Decay. Congrats, man.
Paradise Decay wins a $20
Congrats, PD.
Steam gift card. Right, game key next. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, don't...
Okay, so right, hang on. So just so that we're clear, right? It was $100 including Taz's donation, yes?
$100, yes.
Yeah, right. So Taz has said he won't be providing a Steam key, a Steam code. He will gift the game directly. So they just need to tell him what game they want.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you very much, Tassos.
Okay.
It's basically because of the way that he has to do things with the Greek system. It's weird.
Okay.
Money laundering and tax fraud is fine.
Well,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
I mean okay. So okay, that's fine.
Right, so what are we on now?
Are we on a game key?
We're on a game key.
Yeah, we're on a key.
Spinny.
Spinny. This has been amazing.
Spinny.
This has been amazing. It's absolutely
Jazz
crazy.
DeLuca.
Well done, Chaz.
Jazz DeLuca.
What was that, a game, yeah?
Jazz DeLuca. That's a game
that
key.
was a game.
Next one is our second to last $20 Steam key, Steam gift card. Bearing in mind, if you aren't a friend of mine on Steam or Indie or Reeks of Cheese, he always wins.
Do you know who hasn't won?
Weeble. Right, next one is a key. Next one is a key.
I mean, the thing is every time someone else wins something, your chances of winning something go up.
They do, and we have so much to give away. Jesus.
Steampunk, congratulations.
Well done, Steampunk. So you have to contact us on the on our Discords. Either contact me or Indy, or contact Shuey on his Discord. So this is the last. This is the last
$20.
This is the last $20 Steam.
Yeah, go on. So Steampunk's a mine, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever, doesn't really matter.
Cactus one.
Yay!
Which I'm really happy about.
Oh, I'm so happy. After everything you did for me on Sunday, I am so pleased, mate. I am so pleased. Oh, wow. That is crazy. That is fortuitous. That is absolutely fortuitous.
We've got game keys for days now, people.
Right, we have... Hold on. We've got 1, 2,
6
3.
left.
We have 6 game keys left to give away. I'm turning the page.
Parasite. You said you weren't on there. You are on there. You've won a GameCube.
Well done, Parasite. Game key.
Well done. Just
Okay, so Taz is going to gift Cactus apparently. So we'll leave that. I will sort that out between those two.
Okay.
okay.
Well done,
Spinny,
Parasite.
spinny, spinny.
So we've got 6 keys left. Well, we've got 5 keys left.
Sim.
Hey,
Sim.
Sim!
Yeah.
No, he's one of my channel members. Thank you very much, Sim.
Well done to me.
CIM.
I was right. You know, this has taken us like 20 minutes
I know, but it's good
just
fun
to
though,
do
isn't
this
it?
part of the fucking show. Wayne Bosworth. I don't remember writing that name.
I don't either. Is that one of your? I don't know. Who is that?
Is it a
I haven't seen
pseudonym?
them.
No, it must be on here. So I'm just gonna go and check through everything because I wouldn't have wrote it if it wasn't there.
Oh, he's there. He's there. He's like, okay, you get a key.
Yep, cool. Right, that's fine. So long as I'm not just writing random shit accidentally.
Oh, look, Indy and Power On have won game keys.
VRified, you've won a GameCube, my guy.
What's his? I'm just waiting for your thing to catch up.
VRified Games.
Oh, he actually donated. He donated a
He
lot of
did?
the money. Yeah, he donated a lot of the money. So congratulations, my friend.
Right.
Sorry.
Do you have to tell me when to stop spinning, by the way?
We've
I'm
got
just clicking at
we've
this
got
point.
two keys.
We're on 8.
Yeah, we've got 2 keys
Yeah.
left.
8 out of 10. Yeah.
Warmac.
Yeah, well done, my son.
Nice.
And this is the last one, yeah?
Yeah, hold on. Who won that last one?
Weeble. No, I'm joking.
Warmac.
Oh yeah.
Warmac was the last one, and then this is the final one.
It's the
Here we go.
final countdown.
Warmac. Okay. Who wins it? Oh, it's the
Mind
last spin.
Jive. Mind Jive.
Jive. Okay.
Okay,
I think that was
congratulations.
from Max Chat,
I
possibly.
think it was.
It's mine. I think.
So-
well, mine. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a quick run back through the winners.
Yep.
Ludovico won a $20 Steam gift voucher. Zenquility won a key. Mobeast won $20, which Tassos is going to sort out. I'll just put that there. Mark Alexander won a key. Paradise won a $20 Steam key. A Steam gift card. Jazz Delvica, sorry if your name's wrong, you won a key. Reeks of Cheese won a $20 Steam voucher. Steampunk won a key. Cactus won the last $20 Steam voucher. So we got keys now. We got Parasite, Sim, Wayne Bosworth, Verified, Warmac, and Mind Jive, all won keys that were donated by the wonderful people at Drop Dead the Cabin. So thank you very much. This has
Thank
been
you to everyone
it's been
who's donated
insane.
money. Yeah, and everyone and that dropped at the cabin, and just all of you guys watching, man. It's been a crazy one, man. It's been crazy.
It's been absolutely insane.
I just want one last thing before we sign off everything, okay? Me and Mac and a few of the others in my Discord, we've been in contact with this guy from Bolvark Games
Yes, we have.
recently, and we're going to actually have him on the chat. So I don't want to talk about why we've been in contact with him a lot recently so much right now. But one of the things that has come from the Discord is we've actually kind of challenged him and Bolvark Games to an FPS off. So I think we are going to actually have a stream at some point where it's going to be us lot versus the Bolvark Games guys on either Contractors or Vale. We're not exactly sure yet, but I think the deal, I can't remember what the deal was. I know that if we lose, we all have to go and write a nice comment about their game when it comes out. But I can't remember what we win. There might not be a thing. We might not win anything. I'm not sure about it. But at some point, there will be a stream where it will be a dev team versus us in Contractors or Vale at some point. So that should be quite fun.
And we are bringing the big guns. We are bringing Fitz. We are bringing Tassos. We are bringing Nabredo. we're bringing Indy, we're bringing Shuey, and then
I'm not a big gun.
me at the back because I'm shit.
I've played maybe 3 times. Yeah.
Oh,
there will definitely, if we're doing contractors, it will definitely be one of them will definitely be a lightsabers only duel.
oh my!
100%.
That was crazy. That live stream we did where you could just jump 50 feet in the air was absolutely hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. So, my mind is blown about what's happened today. I can't believe what's happened to this stream. It's just gone absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we've had $100 donated. We've had 8 keys donated by Drop Dead the Cabin. Thank you very much, people. I'm pointing there, but you can't actually see. Oh, you can actually see the box. It's there on my display. I've got 2 game keys to give away. So, Indy, how do you feel?
Excellent. Sorry, I was just reading chat at the same time, and I'm a bloke with this like us. Like, what?
So, all right, okay.
Yeah, great, great.
Rewind. Okay,
I was expecting that to just be like, okay, I guess.
rewind. Okay, so this stream has been amazing because we've had $100 donated. We've had 8 game keys donated by the lovely people at Drop Dead the Cabin. I've donated 2 keys. How are you feeling about the stream, Indy?
Excellent. It's been a great stream.
Oh no! Resol's donated some more money.
Oh God!
Well, Resol,
it's been mental today, man.
Resol, it's gonna have to roll over to the next one. It's gonna have to roll over to the next one.
Resol.
Thanks, mate. My brain cannot give away any more money.
I feel like we need to end the stream right now before people carry on donating. So, right, so
oh my God,
he's obviously feeling excellent. Let's ignore Indy now.
So, Shuey, how do you think the stream's gone?
Just before that, Mind Drive, you can message any of us, mate, but your best bet is to message Mac.
Mac's got the help. Yeah. I think, Mac, you've got all the keys, haven't you? So it's probably best for people to...
Yeah, anyone with keys, message Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, don't expect anything tomorrow because I am literally out of the house all day. So I will not be... I'm doing the Pico thing. So if you want a key, if you want some Steam vouchers, I am out of the house all day tomorrow with Shuey down at Pico HQ. So that makes me sound really important. I'm not really important.
No, but I am. So it's fine.
What?
Okay, guys. So what Mike's trying to say is message him now and then get them out to you immediately.
Fuck off. I've had a bottle of wine.
If you don't hear from him by like Wednesday night, get worried. But until then, it's probably just going to take 48 hours, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have this is serious here. If you have won a Steam voucher, you have to be my friend for me to gift it to you, and that can take 3 days. So what we'll do is we'll sort it out in the Discord. Friend me on Steam, and then after 3 days, I'll be able to then pass the gift on to you. This is something that I didn't realize happened. Crash will know that this is the process. So you have to be a friend of mine for at least 3 days.
I did not know that. Yeah, sorry, mate. I did a giveaway the other day for Among Us, and it wasn't letting me send it to anyone.
Yeah.
Or send vouchers. So it's good to know that. Nice one.
You have to be friends with somebody.
Wayne Bosworth, the Discord. You can either join the Mac in VR Discord, the Power on VR Discord, or I assume Indie VR Discord.
Yeah. Anyone.
All the links will be down in the description below for my stream and for.
Oh yeah, they're not in mine because I'm useless. But if you have a look at my channel, you'll be able to see it in my header.
It's banner. Yep.
In my banner. I'm just not good at this streaming malarkey.
Yeah. So
I think definitely, guys, we'll start a Discord just for this stream.
Yeah, we have
this
to
podcast.
Yeah. Well, actually, when we started the podcast, the idea was that we were going to have a YouTube channel just for the podcast, so that we could all. basically what happens at the moment is I stream this, Power On streams this on his channel, and Indy streams this on his channel. So the idea originally was to get the podcast to a certain point where we actually have a separate YouTube channel just for the podcast. And I think
that'll happen eventually.
No, I think actually we need to do that quite soon because it's getting big. It's getting too big. Today is just...
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, my mind was blown because of Cactus VR before I even stepped into this podcast. I'm always excited to do the podcast, and I never ever have a good night's sleep after the podcast because I'm so hyped because of all the interactions and the donations and the stuff that people get up to in the chat. It's just mind blowing. I can't believe how big this community's got so quickly. We're on season 1, episode 23, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, 23. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, I mean, Indy was a latecomer. It was initially just me and Shuey. We invited Indy in, obviously making a massive impact on the podcast. I am humbled, literally humbled, not only because like Shuey and Indy are my best friends, but also because everybody in the chat is just wonderful, and you see the same names coming up again and again and again, and they're communicating with each other and they are donating, and it's just wonderful. And we just want to give it all back to you lot, and that's what we've just done. I think. I hope. So, how do you feel about that, Angie?
Yeah, I think it's
don't
been
just
amazing.
say it. Don't just say excellent. Don't just
no. It's been amazing. You guys are great. No, seriously. No, everyone, like, you guys are great. And then you guys started it off, and then I came a bit later on. But like, I think it is at the point where the podcast should have its own channel.
Yeah.
Because there's three sets of channels bringing in viewers, and the chat's real busy. Everyone's getting involved, and I think that's something we should look into doing.
We need to combine the communities, is what.
Yes.
Doing.
Yeah. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Because like, if you actually looked at, like, so I have 2 screens. So I've got like the podcast is here, my Discord is here. I've got Shuey and Indy's streams here, and I have chat here, and I'm trying to read the chat, and my eyes are actually boggling because the chat is going like this all the time, and it's not just doing it on my channel, it's doing it on Indy's channel, it's doing it on Surgical, it's doing it on Power's channel. So like, to try and keep up, it's almost impossible. So I think the next podcast should be on its own separate channel. That's my opinion.
I'm not sure if the next podcast will, because we've got a lot of work to get up and running.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start working on it.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be good to do the 26th episode, because that'll be 1 year.
Oh, right. Okay. So
for that,
in the new year.
Yeah, in the new year.
So it'll be the first stream of January, I reckon.
Yeah, let's do that. I think it'd give us plenty of time to get it all organised and get over all the piss-ups that are about to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what men are like? We've got 6 weeks to get this sorted out, and we probably won't do it. So...
Yeah. I'll still be sitting here in my underpants.
It's almost like you're fully employed as a YouTuber, Mac.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's a full-time YouTuber? Oh, God.
That is a good point. Taz has just said, let's close the podcast end of the season with a ceremony on VR chat. I reckon that's actually a good idea. We'll organise some sort of like mass VR chat or Neos.
No, the Neos. We have to go. The
only problem with Neos is it's not on Quest 2, right? It's PC VR only.
Ah, shit, yeah.
And that kind of like if we just do a private room for all of the people that we'll get a sign up sheet going. I reckon that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Cool, right. This is now going to be the end of the stream because Mac is obviously drunk, so he's been waffling for he's been waffling for 14 minutes. Great.
Honestly, I've only had 1 bottle of wine.
Well,
and
then
I haven't
you're
even
lightweight.
I've even finished the bastard. So,
hey,
Sergi, sign off. Excellent.
Thank you to everyone that that donated and everyone in the chat. Congratulations to everyone that won. And it's been an excellent podcast. Thank you very much.
Right, I'm going to sign off. This has been for an amazing week, starting on Sunday with Cactus and his AR game on the Pico 4. This week has been, and it's only going to get better because I'm going down to Pico and I will see my friend Shuey, so that makes it even more better. This week has been incredible. We had $100 donated, and that got put straight back into the community. We had 10 keys. That's gone straight back into the community. I'm speechless. Shuey?
He's speechless, yet manages to talk for another 60 seconds straight. Mate, this has been an awesome stream. Thank you very much. We're coming to the close of season 1 of the podcast, and it's been amazing. I've been able to meet some great people. I'll save the big speech for the end of the year. For now, let's do the proper sign-offs. Mac, if people want to find you, where do they find you?
They can find me on Discord at MacInVR7029. They can find me on Twitter at MacInVR, and they can find me on YouTube at MacInVR. They are the only socials I do because I'm quite primitive. Serge?
AKA old.
Yeah, IndieVR, one word in YouTube, Indie__VR on Twitter, and IndieVR8263 on Discord. Yes.
Shuey?
If you want to find me, I am on Discord, Power on VR 1461. I am on Twitter at Power on VR, on TikTok at Power on VR, at Instagram at Power on VR, on Facebook at Power on VR. You know, like a proper content creator is meant to be, Mac. And
yeah, sorry, Weeble's just connected me. Just reminded me that my Discord is actually MacInVR hashtag 0729, not 7029. Thank you. It's the Dementia Podcast.
Yeah, one of you's wrong. You both got it.
I've had such a good time today. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Indy. Thank you, Power On. Wow. What a stream. What a stream. Wow. Crazy.
Take care, everyone.
Yep. You guys have a good one. We're going to call it, and we are out.
Out.
Yeah.